What's going on, my fellow YouTubers? So today this is going to be an open box of the DJI smart controller, which I know there's plenty of open boxes out there already, but this is my first DJI radio separately from the DJI quads I already have, which is my Spark and my Mavic Air 2. And this is the reason why I got this controller, because of the combination of the Mavic Air 2 with this controller. And also, well, I got them over there, I'll be able to use my DJI goggles with this controller while flying the Mavic Air 2. So I can go ahead and open it. I already cut a slit in it to the thing, and miraculously I already charged it also. So you can go ahead and open it up. As you see, there's the controller with the box. First, we're going to go in here. I'm thinking this right here consists of the USB cord, USB to C cord to charge it, and this end is the charge adapter. So we got the USB to USB-C cord for charging, and the brick, which I won't be using this because of the simple fact that I'm gonna be charging it off of my Spark 2, excuse me, my Mavic Air 2 charger. And we had a controller and some DJI material, reading material. So let's set this down. Too bad it won't sit up, so let's sit it right there. And get this box out of the way. Let's close all this up. Get this box out of the way. Set it to the side. Set this out to the side. This, and set this here. So I don't know much about this controller, but I do know it took a good little while to charge it. Let's take the plastic off. Maybe we can slide it off without, well, can't slide it off. Let's see. Okay, well, we'll tear the plastic off right here. So I do know that this controller is very, very, it's not very, very heavy, but it has some hefty weight to it. So those who are used to JR controllers, RC controllers, Fataba, what have you controller, this is heavier than your normal controller. So right here you can buy a strap that can screw into it. You have the USB-C. Right there you have, I want to say that's a 7-inch screen. And the screen is, you can see there's a little tint on it. It shows in the camera a little bit of tint. That is for non-glare and to fly outside without having to use a visor to cover it up and everything. We have the antennas, which they say when you fly with the antennas down, but they will flip up. And in the back we have the 2 joysticks to screw on the top here. Also we have 2 extra buttons on the rear, and so it feels good. The gimbals feel good also. I haven't really played with it since I just took it out long enough to charge it, to give it a full charge. So I got to go through a setup. But like I said, this is the open box, and it is pretty heavy. So I'm using the antennas right now to prop it up. But it's probably something I can get used to. I'm used to flying pinch fingers, so this could work for me with one of pinch fingers. I don't typically fly with thumbs, so I like a heavy, uh, a bigger controller in my hand. Also, I will have the extra screen, have the screen here to fly without having to sit in the truck or trying to find shade or sun to block it from the sun, because that's the most aggravating thing. You trying to fly and enjoy your flight and look what you videoing, and you got to move the controller so you can see and everything. So I'm gonna pause it right here and show comparison size of the controller. All right, I'm back. So I'm gonna put this plug and stuff off to the side, put all this other stuff off to the side, and show you size comparison. So there you got it upside down. So there's the size comparison. Of course, the Mavic Air 2 slash Mavic Mini 2 controller is a little bit shorter. Um, this probably was this controller here, the smart controller, probably was the reason for this controller. Because if you look at it, only thing that's really missing from this controller is the screen, the extra right here dials, the extra dial on the side, on the top. What else? Everything else is pretty about the same except for there's no buttons on the rear of this, as you see the buttons here on the rear of the smart controller. So the size is not too much bigger, but the weight is, and the reason for the weight is, I'm thinking because of the small mini tablet in the center in this controller. So I can get used to this. I'm not a small dude, so toting this for a good little while, 30-minute, 26, 27-minute flights ain't going to bother me too much. Later on, I might get a strap for it. So both has pretty much the same thing, except for the little extra buttons. We have the camera button up top. We have the record button. We have a back feature button here. And we have a, let's see, back feature button here. I don't know what this button is right here. So we have some little extra buttons. They stuff I'm gonna watch some videos on it and learn how to use it. But yeah, I'm gonna be liking this, especially for the simple fact is that I be able to hook my DJI goggles via HDMI here. So we have a USB up here, so I guess this is where I have to update it through the DJI Assist. And here, right here, is we have a memory card slot. So I'm gonna have to get some memory cards. We also have vents in the rear, so maybe there's a little fan in there. I don't know. So I'm just excited to get going with it. And this is just a short little open box review on the Mavic, on the DJI smart controller. And I'm gonna tell you, my wife is mad because I bought this. She's upset, but we came to a compromise. As I always say, God is good all the time. 10 TI. You guys, y'all know how it is in the RC world. All right, be blessed.